It looks like a turnaround Wednesday. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard. It is Bubba's Daily Update for Wednesday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. I salute the veterans. Thank you so much for your service and your families. Nothing like it. Again, in this country, they take care of you. I thank you, and I salute you. In the meantime, it looks like a potential turnaround Wednesday, as we've been, for days we've been watching the Dow, the Russell. The Dow, the Russell, and the S&P go higher, and the Nasdaq's just getting clobbered. Today, the Russell's getting hammered. Dow is a little bit lower. S&P is still slightly higher, and the Nasdaq is running away to the upside. But in the meantime, again, we remain long across the board, and we'll continue to play the trend, and the trend is still up, and that's just the way it is. Now, have the highs been put in? Was that burst on Monday? We'll see. In the meantime, we don't change until it's time to change. Again, you can see the metals are getting cracked, and, again, not a surprise. In fact, I wrote this morning that they're under pressure, and they can now test those real lower levels. The only quirk in this whole armor here was the spike in gold, which reversed this. It reversed back already. And you can see, they're headed lower down to those first support levels. And if they break those, it can get really ugly. Crude oil continues to fly higher. I don't understand it all, but we are long it. So that's obviously a good scenario to be in. Obviously, we have a report coming out in a little bit while on inventories, but I could care less about the reports. In the meantime, they're still running higher now. We would think at some point we'll find a little bit of resistance, but for now, look for them to keep going. Bonds are having a little bit of a dead cat bounce, bonds and notes after getting hammered for 3 or 4 days in a row. And you expect those rallies. Those are not something you should ever be shocked at, because at the end of the day, those markets tend to have every market has a tend to have a recovery or a pullback, depending on how fast it's going in which direction. Overall, we're still short, and they've been obviously a very good trade. Net gas has touched higher. You'd expect a little bit of a rally. Copper a little bit lower, and not a surprise. It's just kind of consolidating. So there's no real major surprises. We've got a really strong dollar today, and that's been also extremely whippy and challenging. And these are things we look at and we don't get overly concerned about anything. The markets are the markets, and we will get to the right side of the trend when it's time. In the meantime, it is still just a market that is in a consolidation pattern. It's wider, but it is consolidating, and eventually it will break to a much bigger trend. But for now, that's what you look for. And you look at the grain markets, soybeans are strong again, up about 10 cents. Corn's a little bit strong, higher, not strong. Rephrase that. It's higher, but it could have a little bit of a pullback. Look, you go up so fast, there's got to be some pullback. Wheat continues to churn in a fairly wide range, slightly lower now, but who knows where it'll end up. In the meantime, it's in that round that 6 to 615 level, and it's just going back and forth. And the softs, last I looked, cotton was a little bit higher, OJ was a little bit higher, coffee was a little bit higher, and we're short the trio there. Sugar was a little bit lower, okay, and we're long for that, and cocoa was down a little bit. We are, of course, short that. But in the meantime, I don't look at them often, and we'll be with the longer term trend. They're very successful opportunities to trade. So look, like I said, it looks like a turnaround kind of Wednesday. I don't see anything major that's going to change what's going on. I think you get a natural rally out of the Nasdaq just based on the sheer pressure, and most likely a natural sell-off in some of the indices based on that. But they do look, the Dow and the Russell look very weak today, and it would not be surprised to see a much bigger sell-off appear. We'll be watching. We are long, but that's what it looks like. So remember, follow the markets, follow the rules, be mechanical, keep your emotions out. And of course, our friends at Family Farms, our new partners, what a great job they do. And we're getting a lot more farmers talking now about hedging. And of course, up at these levels, how could you? I mean, you always should be hedged because you never give up the upside. But at this levels, of course, you should be locking in. These are some pretty damn good prices compared to where we were. So let's make sure we get it done. And of course, our commodity report with Andy Hecht, we did a great webinar. If you'd like to see the recording, great. But tonight will be the first edition of the with the algorithms in it and the new parts of it. So we're really looking forward to that. And we had a special. Now it's a little bit higher on our website at technomental.com. Our brokerage partners, as you know, I have other brokers, but our partners, in my opinion, are the best in the industry because they do the job. And of course, for commodities and futures, it's CTG. They're the only authorized letter of direction broker for us. They do a phenomenal job. And once again, we had orders to get done, 7:30 Eastern. There's the email. There's your fills. Like clockwork, they take care of business. They do it right. And they've got great customer service. And that takes us to trader. And I always tell you, for equities and options, for $10 a month, where can you get less? And tremendous service. For many of you who had troubles on Monday when the markets were going crazy, trader had no problem. So I give you it's the best service there is. And for, almost free, $10 a month. And of course, our high school program, Patreon, as we try to rebuild it. If you want to help us out, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That is patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Meantime, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow with another Bubba's Daily Update. Be good, be healthy. Happy Veterans Day. I'll see you tomorrow.